All right, folks. Hey, looks like we are live. How are we doing on this fantastic Freedom Friday, folks? Good to see you all here. Smiling Stu coming to you. Hope you had a wonderful Friday today. Okay, well, folks, if you are coming to us live, please give us a hashtag live or a hashtag replay down there in the chat. And by all means, drop any questions that you've got in the chat and let us know how things are going this evening. And if you happen to be seeing us over on YouTube, please like and subscribe us over there on YouTube. We'd love to have you come and join us over there. And if you're seeing us anywhere besides the Home Business Freedom group, we would love to have you come join us in the group. Just search for Home Business Freedom on Facebook, or you can go to the link I set up for you, smilingstu.com/group. We'll get you there as well. Now, folks, welcome to Home Business Freedom. I am Smiling Stu Sutherland. I am a freedom crusader. I give people the knowledge and the tools to build freedom by disconnecting their time from their money and building a residual income working from home. Now, folks, I've got a couple of interesting things for you tonight, but the main thing I want to talk to you about tonight is, are you being enslaved by your job? This is something I want to give you to think about over the weekend. Are you being enslaved by your job? I think many of us are. So, now I want to start by kind of framing things up. I want to talk real quick about the story of Moses. Okay, now I'm not getting into religion here, but there's some things to be learned from that story. Of course, Moses led all the Israelites out of Israel and into the desert. And after they were in the desert for a while, folks started to complain, that life wasn't as easy and they were having to work to survive out there and that sort of thing. And some even complained to the point that they were, why did you even take us out of there? We could have stayed there and at least we knew what was happening there. I mean, we might have been slaves, but, we got fed and we got taken care of and everything else. So anyway, the question there being, are you being enslaved by your job? Are you comfortable? And basically they wanted to go back because they were comfortable and they knew what was going on. So, are you comfortable and complacent in your job in the same way? Are you the same situation with your job where, you're comfortable, you're kind of getting the bills paid, but maybe you're struggling to make that happen. You're maybe living paycheck to paycheck, but you'd rather go and do the job that you're not happy doing because at least that paycheck's going to be there. And I get that, survival is the first most important thing. But are you becoming complacent in that? Are you unwilling to look at other options and move forward? Or are you just going to be enslaved like that for the rest of your life? And that's the decision you have to make because, your job it is like being a slave. I mean, the job tells you when you come to work, it controls you in every way. Tells you how much, when to come to work, how much you can make, how many hours you can have. And that's a big issue right now because, I've been in the restaurant business my whole life and I'm still working in it a little bit, which is, no big issue to me. But right now, at this time of year, people are getting their hours cut back. And again, that's not a huge issue to me because I have other things going on. But, I really just work to get out of the house. But the other folks at work, they're making bills, they're paying them to live off of that job. And all of a sudden this time of year, they're getting a day less. And then when they do come to work, they're getting sent home an hour or two early. And, maybe, it's only an hour, but, an hour every day, 5 days a week, that's 5 hours. And when you're living paycheck to paycheck and living at that level, getting that taken out of your paycheck is a really tough thing. So right now they're kind of struggling this time of year until they get some taxes back and then taxes kind of catch them up. But that's kind of the slave situation that they're in. And so it's one of those things that, and if you don't do it, I've got a dog running around here tonight, folks. If you don't do what they're telling you to do, well, then no job. So essentially you're enslaved by your job because you got to do what they want you to do. You got to be there when they want you to be there. Even if it's times you don't want to necessarily be there, you got to do what they want you to do. the hours they give you, the money they give you, all of that. And so you're basically a slave to this job. And so what's the incentive for this job to really support you and really help you get to your dreams? In many cases, when you're in a lower level position like that, they'll just churn through to somebody else. They're not worried about you building your dreams up. So again, you're enslaved. You just go complacently to work every day. So anyway, the point of all this is none of this is going to change unless you do. So you have to make the change, and you have to make a change in your life and do something different. It doesn't mean necessarily quit your job tomorrow. That would be foolish because, again, it is at least paying your bills right now. But are you just going to complacently do that day after day after day for the next 10, 20, 30 years? I spent 40 years in the restaurant business. That's a long time in that industry. It's a long haul to get to there. And so believe me, when you start looking at, am I going to do that year after year after year for the next 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years? It's a little different story. It's something I'm trying to instill in my daughter right now as she's going to school. So anyway, folks, I hope you've been finding some value in the group. If you have, by all means, I'd like you to go on over and check out my links page, smilingstu.com/link. You can see pretty much everything I do, but you can also sign up for my mailing list and learn everything that's going on in my world. And, hopefully get some tips to help you get out of that enslavement and move ahead on something to chase your dreams. So folks, have a fantastic weekend. Smile at everybody you see. It'll improve their day and it will improve yours too. Have a great weekend, folks. Smile and Stu out. Take care now.